Okay, good evening. So finally we are in the last stage of today's conference. So thank you for your great patience and please show me your generosity until the end. So as the last presenter, I'd like to show you what we do to propel the National Dementia Plan. As you have seen throughout this conference, the South Korea government does many things like building National Dementia Plan 3 times and operating the National Dementia Helpline for 24 hours. But it still needs more help from the others to make this plan successful. At this point, a public-private partnership plays a very important role. So before we start, I must mention about what the public-private partnership is. It's also called P3 or PPP for short. I will use the word in P3 today, it sounds much better. And there are many definitions about P3. This is one of them mentioned by OECD in 2008. According to the OECD, P3 is an agreement between the government and one or more private partners, which may include the operators and the finances. Some people see P3 as a long-term contractual arrangement between government and private sectors for mutual benefits. For the government, this benefit can be to deliver public services effectively in the country. On the other hand, commercial companies, for example, gaining a positive brand image for their customers can be the benefit for the private sectors. Of course, there can be more benefits. Whatever the benefit is, it's clear they work together for the same purpose and create synergistic impact. So P3 is now used in the world broadly and commonly to deliver public services. The government not only share the risk and resources with private sectors, but also use their innovative technology to promote public interests. So now P3 has a great influence on the dementia issue, of course, in a positive way. The Sub-National Dementia Plan includes various objectives for not only dementia patients, but also their family, elderly people, and even young people. To achieve all of these tasks, the government needs cooperation from the private sectors in various areas. As you see this screen, the KNID, the Korean National Institute of Dementia, the expert group established by the government has built relationships between the government and private sectors to overcome dementia. Especially, KNID tries to expand the scope of cooperation so that as many people as possible to join the National Dementia Plan through private sectors. So if it is possible, I may classify the main areas where we use P3 into 4 large groups like this. So first, awareness. The third National Dementia Plan says it's very important to improve public awareness in order to make a dementia-friendly environment. As we all know, dementia is now a very common disease in the world, and there's no cure yet. It means we can be one of them, the people with dementia and their family or neighborhood in the future. That's why we must know how to live with people with dementia in our community. So for comprehensive improvement of dementia awareness, we must consider multiple dimensions such as prevention, care, and well-being with dementia. Therefore, cooperation with professionals in diverse private sectors is able to lead a successful dementia awareness campaign. Dementia Partner Program of KNID is contributing to effective P3. Anyone over age 8 can be a dementia partner after completing online dementia partner education. Now there are about 700,000 dementia partners in South Korea. In the case of group registration, they are designated as a dementia-friendly organization and encouraged to take part in the dementia awareness campaign in their community. So if you are not dementia partner yet, please visit our homepage and do not miss this chance to be a dementia partner. So earlier this year, there are around 1,000 dementia-friendly organizations, including commercial companies, non-profit organizations, public schools, and libraries. Those designated dementia-friendly organizations are very familiar places for local residents. Banks, local art gallery, libraries, museums. Any institutions like them can be designated. The dementia awareness campaign planned by the government can go into the local community through dementia-friendly organizations. The more local facilities and institutions become dementia-friendly, people get more opportunities for improving their awareness. So we're growing the size of P3 by designating more dementia-friendly organizations. So let's see the case of KT. This is one of good examples to show how dementia-friendly company works. KT Corporation is the largest telecommunication and IT company in South Korea. It has abundant technology which can be used to change people's attitude about dementia, like virtual reality, augmented reality, and some robots moving in response to coding commands. And they cause interest of seniors who are afraid of thinking about dementia in their daily life. And KT IT softwares composed of executive and staff members, they help elderly people to use these digital devices to prevent the dementia. So KNID suggested them to use their resources for local dementia centers. As a dementia-friendly company, KTIT supporters completed dementia partner education and provided a dementia prevention program at the local dementia centers. Most participants expressed satisfaction and said they are willing to participate in more dementia prevention programs in the future. And all of these digital devices here is used to stimulate the brain of old people to prevent dementia. And those devices were provided by KT for free. So because of the time limitation, I'm just going to skip this slide. Okay, so what about the dementia-friendly university? Gangnam University was designated as a dementia-friendly university in 2014. Dementia-friendly university has to open annual dementia-related course in the regular curriculum, which approves credits for students. Gangnam University also offers understanding dementia course for every student. Through this course, students realize that dementia is everyone's issue and they have a chance to change their attitude on dementia in the positive way. This education provides more motivation to the students to join in the dementia-friendly community. Library also can become dementia-friendly. In South Korea, there are more than 20,000 libraries and around 400 million people are using libraries a year. Even in a small town, anyone can go to their local libraries. Therefore, libraries can be an effective network to deliver dementia information in the local area. And there is another interesting statistics. The report from Seoul City, released last year, shows people in their 70s use the library the most. It means libraries have high accessibility to elderly who are high-risk groups for dementia. So KNID launched the dementia-friendly library program, and there are already more than 160 dementia-friendly libraries in this country. And designated libraries must set a separated special section to offer dementia information to users. And dementia-friendly libraries mostly offer books and movie screening, which help to understand dementia-friendly environment. And there are some operating dementia prevention program for local residents too. And we provide the list of new publications relating dementia every month, so that the dementia-friendly libraries can organize dementia section well. KNID also encourages dementia-friendly company to donate materials like books recommended by experts to the library. So there are 2 dementia-friendly companies donated the books for dementia prevention to these dementia-friendly libraries in 2017 and 2018 respectively. And media has a great influence on improving public awareness too. The public sector, like KNID, needs to use major media like TV or newspaper to deliver a dementia awareness campaign to encourage public's attitude on dementia. And 조선일보 and 중앙일보 both are influential and have a lot of readers. And 조선일보 is one of the dementia-friendly companies, and 중앙일보 Health Media is collaborating with KNID since we assigned a memorandum of understanding in 2014. So, as part of cooperation for improving dementia awareness, we publish special reports on the newspaper to deliver the right information about dementia. MP3 is contributing to cultivating a culture for daily dementia prevention. The third National Dementia Plan also mentions about cognitive training programs and dementia-free index focused on healthy elderly adults. Dementia prevention lifestyle is extremely important for all generations, not just for the elderly. As we know, there is no cure, so it's the best to reduce risks and strengthen protective factors. but the public tends to feel pressure when asked to have a dementia lifestyle. We may need money for this, or it can be difficult. That's what we usually think. But certainly it does not. To encourage dementia prevention actions, KNID developed the 333 rules for preventing dementia and dementia prevention exercises and the 두근두근 brain fitness for our public. And P3 also helps everyone can take part in dementia prevention contents easily. Through various resources for private sectors, the contents can become more familiar with public. And also, P3 lowers psychological, physical, and economic barriers toward dementia prevention. This is how we introduced the 두근두근 brain fitness to the public. This fitness program is a cognitive enhancement program using daily newspaper, so readers find a fun from using headlines, pictures, and words which are changed every day. Only pencils and newspaper, they are all needed, and there is no fee, of course. And we all know about the 조선일보, the major newspaper in South Korea. It is especially popular for elderly readers. So it became an effective method to deliver brain fitness every day for the senior. It has published this section every day more than 1,000 times since its first publication in 2014. And the Farmers newspaper targets readers who live in a rural area. It is the most influential paper in rural areas and ranked 5th in terms of circulation among Korean daily newspapers. It also has published 두근두근 brain fitness twice a week since April in 2017. And 조선일보 has conducted lecturing tours all around the country to promote this program. And there was the brain fitness contest sponsored by 조선일보 in 2017. And as we know, agenda setting of media has a great influence on the public. KNID and those newspapers are trying to set an agenda about dementia prevention towards its readers. It's clear that physical exercise is good for dementia prevention, but it's hard to try if you are too old or it's too cold to go outside. Dementia prevention exercise was developed to solve these problems. It is an indoor exercise, safe and simple for everyone. So it has the same effect as walking outside for 30 minutes. KNID and KBS, the National Public Broadcaster of South Korea, made a new version of dementia prevention exercise in 2017. So it is called Overthrow Dementia Dance, much simpler and easier than previous one. So we introduced this to live broadcast to promote dementia prevention exercising. And to get more attention, the dance was promoted by viral challenges on the social network service. With the growing number of dementia patients, it became a big issue to care dementia patients and dementia high-risk groups. In order to protect them against dangers like missing, depression, or isolation, the third National Dementia Plan highlights the partnership among related agencies. In this part, we will see the cooperation, particularly among public agencies. As the number of people with dementia is increasing in South Korea, the number of reported missing is also increasing. Fortunately, most of missing people with dementia tend to be found quickly because South Korea is quite small and densely populated. However, the increasing missing people with dementia is still a serious problem because sometimes some are found dead. So to prevent missing of people with dementia, KNID established a firm cooperative relationship with Korean National Police Agency. We share database of missing people with dementia, so if somebody reports a missing person with dementia to the police, KNID can also verify the report through our management system. KNID provides missing prevention tags and code number for people with dementia, so people can attach this tag inside their clothes. And the code number of the tag includes your personal information, so this information is sent to the police agent's profiling system. And people can register themselves as a dementia guardian with Check Dementia application. You can see every missing of dementia patients reports in the area you set, because this Check Dementia has the data given from Korean National Police Agent's profiling system. So when you find a reported missing elderly person around you, you can report to the police directly by Check Dementia. The cooperation is expanded to promote mature dementia support service. The National Police Agency is promoting pre-registration fingerprint for people with dementia. if people who don't remember where they live are found, the police confirm their fingerprints and take them home in safety. This pre-registration of the fingerprint was available at the police station before, but now dementia patients can register fingerprints in advance at local dementia center too. To prevent missing of dementia patients, enlarging cooperation among related agencies is very important. As I mentioned before, KNID and Korean National Police Agency closely cooperate to share data. And based on the related law, KNID performs as a bridge connecting National Forensic Service and the Korean National Police Agency to identify unidentified dementia patients through genetic testing. In addition, Social Security Information Service sends information on unidentified old people sheltered in institutions to the National Police Agency. So KNID compares this data with missing dementia patients' data of National Police Agency to figure out if they are sheltered without anyone knowing. And severe depression of dementia patients and their family due to care burden often leads to committing suicide. To prevent this tragedy, KNID and Korea Suicide Prevention Center signed a memorandum of understanding in 2014, which includes a suicide prevention promotion for dementia patients and their family. For example, if a client of dementia helpline feels suicidal, it is reported to the local suicide prevention center or mental health welfare center in order to provide a proper suicide prevention service. Like this, it is possible to provide proper services depending on the situation through cooperation among the public institutions. But there are still people outside of national support. The elderly people who live alone are particularly vulnerable. KNID and government employees' pension have worked together for this dementia high-risk group. Based on memorandum of understanding in 2017, retired government employees perform as dementia guardians. After they become dementia partners, they visit elderly people living alone in the local residence. These volunteers care for them, check their cognitive availability, provide dementia prevention programs. If some need a dementia screening test, take them to a local dementia center. Finally, the role of P3 for education. So at this time, I'm going to talk about the education for general public. KNID and AJ Korea made educational materials so the kids understand about dementia. This storybook about the princess who has a mother with memory loss was produced as an augmented reality book. And KNID distributed this storybook to all local dementia centers last year and dementia-friendly libraries. In addition, AJ Korea adapted this story into a play and released across the country in World Alzheimer's Month. And there is another education for specialists working for dementia partners. It is also very important. If the government runs a special training course for the specialty alone, it must take too long to meet all the demands. So many private institutions are in charge of education for a specific job group on behalf of the government. As you see this screen now, the Ministry of Health and Welfare supports budget for these institutions, and KNID develops and supplies a standardized training curriculum and textbook. If necessary, we provide instructors. Especially, KNID manages personal education history in order to improve overall quality of related facilities. So there is another examples about this professional education, so you can check your workbook. So, 3 more minutes, I'm almost done. So to sum up, in the past, the government was required to search for resources to prepare a national dementia plan, and there were enough resources which can be contributed to overcoming dementia in the private sectors. But due to the lack of mature understanding, it was difficult to meet each other. As a result, most efforts overcoming dementia were not so well organized. They have been done separately and respectively. But since the establishment of KNID, partnership between public and nationwide private sectors has been activated more than before. It is possible because KNID is an expert group for both the political theory and practice. We expect that more private sectors join in overcoming dementia movement and make dementia-friendly community altogether. And all of this will lead to effective dementia management. The National Responsibility Declaration on Dementia is still going on, but we hope it becomes everyone's responsibility. It is a matter for everyone who lives in this aging society. And I'm pretty sure P3 is an extremely important key to make more chances for the people to participate.